What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking about the big fight that's happening tonight. You've got Chris Eubank Jr. He's got a record of 125, lost 1, 19 KOs, defending his IBO super middleweight title against AVNI YILDIRIM, who has a record of 116, lost 0 and 10 KOs. It's the first fight for Chris Eubank Jr. in the World Boxing Super Series that's taking place. You've got George Groves in the tournament, you've got Jamie Cox, you've got Callum Smith, and I think it's going to be a great tournament. I think it's going to be a seller. This fight itself, I'm going to give my thoughts on the fight itself and how I see it going. I think Chris Eubank Jr. has got his number, AVNI's number. I don't see AVNI YILDIRIM. I think he's going to put up a good fight, but I don't think he's going to be up to task of beating Chris Eubank Jr. I think Chris Eubank Jr. with the combinations he throws, what I've seen of AVNI YILDIRIM's fights, he's a come forward fighter, and that tends to fall in favour of Chris Eubank Jr. because he can throw the combinations off the back foot, the lethal uppercuts that he's got, the hooks that he throws, and he's a very he's a very fast combination puncher as well, and that'll fall in Chris Eubank Jr.'s favour because he'll have someone that's coming at him rather than trying to outbox him and be slick about it. And hopefully Chris Eubank Jr. wins this tonight, which I think he will. Then obviously Jamie Cox and George Groves will be fighting. I think that's October the 14th. They're fighting each other in the SSE Arena, Wembley. So the winner of that then will face Chris Eubank Jr. in January next year. But in general, I think it's a very, very good tournament. I think there's a lot of talent in the tournament. It's a great tournament itself. It reminds me of the Super 6 middleweights that they did a couple of years back, where Carl Froch was in it, Arthur Abraham was in it. George Groves wasn't in it, but you had Andre Durrell, Alan Green, you had Mikhail Kessler. There was great champions at that time, and obviously Andre Ward, we all know what happened. Andre Ward won it, but it reminds me a bit of that the knockout stages that they've got. But this in general, I think it's going to be a great fight. AVNI YILDIRIM doesn't know how to lose. He's undefeated, so he's going to be coming forward. Just judging by the weigh-in, he's got a lot of supporters obviously in Germany. But I see Chris Eubank Jr. being a bit too much for him, so I'm really looking forward to this fight, and I can't wait. And I hope Chris Eubank Jr. does a number on him, really, because really you need Chris Eubank Jr. in general. People call him arrogant; they don't really like him to that, but I think he's got that charisma about him. He's going to be going places. I think one of them that George Groves fight happened and he's lost. Regardless of that, I think he's he's done quite well to bounce back from that defeat. And I do think he's got a lot of potential, and he's got a lot of skills as well. I do rate his uppercuts are lethal. He always seems to land them uppercuts. You saw against Arthur Abraham, and then last July, he won by a decision, but you saw how many combinations he was throwing and the uppercuts he was throwing. They were just lethal. He tends to land those uppercuts at will, and the hooks in general and his movement. He's got good moves on him. I think he has something up there. He's a great boxer, and obviously when he faces George Groves, it'll be for the WBA title, so it'll be the IBO and the WBA title will be on the line, so that'll be a great flight. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you my views on the fight itself. How do you guys see the fight going? Do you see George Groves, do you see Chris Eubank Jr. doing exceptionally well and stopping AVNI YILDIRIM, or do you see AVNI YILDIRIM doing quite well and defeating Chris Eubank Jr. and producing the shock? But anyway, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like, comment. Triple B Boxing TV. Thank you.